Good morning or afternoon. I'm not sure what time of the day it is. I'm not watching my watch, but I'm going to watch this 5-minute clock. So I'm going to talk a little bit about, again, I'm Kenyon Farrell from Queer Speak Economic Justice based in New York City. And I'm going to talk both about, or three things in 5 minutes, about what reproductive justice means for our work, what it means for my community as a Black gay man, and what it has meant for my personal history. So for QEJ, our work is squarely situated on the impact of economic systems of oppression that devalue and specifically inhibit the life choices and self-determination of poor and low-income LGBTQ folks, right? Since our bodies, meaning the kinds of sex we have, what kind of families and relationships we have, and how we choose to present our gender, those things have been subject to forms of policing and regulation, formal and informal, formal in terms of the state and government agencies, the criminal justice system, informal in terms of our families and communities, right? So those have often been formulated because of the kinds of anxieties that we cause to patriarchy, to white supremacy, to capitalism, and to quote-unquote modern science, right? And so for us, questions of reproductive justice make perfect sense for us as a queer organization doing economic justice work. Some of the things that make that work difficult for us are the pervasive images beliefs within the U.S. of sort of white gay affluence, right? That the LGBTQ community is white and wealthy with expendable income and with no children. But we know from the little bit of studies that have been done that poverty impacts the lives of queer folks in particular. One of the things that is also tricky in terms of reproductive justice is because of that vision of what the quote-unquote gay community looks like, reproductive justice issues are often framed for queer folks just simply about assisted reproductive technologies, adoption rights of children that are in the adoption and foster care system, and including the international community in terms of international transracial adoptions and queer folks having access to those bodies abroad. But we know that, within the U.S. that both when you look at Black, at Latino and Latina, at Asian queer folks, that we have children of our own at the same rates of our straight counterparts quite often, right? And so that changes the dynamics of how we think about reproductive justice from a queer framework. We actually raise children. Talking specifically about, myself as a Black gay man and thinking about sort of male-identified folks in reproductive justice work. And I think just for Black men in general who've had a history of lynching due to allegations of rape and sexual violence of white women, have endured forced sterilizations, particularly in the South, and of course the famous Tuskegee experiment, where hundreds of Black men were allowed to go untreated for syphilis for decades after a cure for syphilis was found, make reproductive justice issues important to us. For the 1 million of 2.3 million people of African descent who are in U.S. prisons and jails, and particularly for Black men who are also in those facilities during the ages when they are most likely to reproduce, a movement for reproductive justice has to include an analysis of massive imprisonment, which also disrupts community relationships, social and sexual networks in our communities as well. And it also creates problems in terms of citizenship for former prisoners. So former prisoners are denied access to public housing. In many states are denied access to voting and are denied federal loans and grants. And I'll just say, lastly, in terms of myself, having watched my mother take on the public housing entity in Cleveland, Ohio, where I grew up, where they were trying to displace everybody from it, watching my mother take in a 13-year-old white girl friend of my sister's whose father was racist and didn't like that she was dating a black boy and kicked her out of the house, watching my mother take in women who were being abused by men in the community and stand those men down in the face when they came to our door looking for those women and children, that for me, not only in terms of my work at QEJ, in terms of thinking about the issues as they impact me as a black gay man in my community, but also my lived history, means that I don't try to displace the centrality of women, identified folks, in terms of reproductive justice, but that I have a shared history and shared values and struggle in this work with y'all together, so thank you.